This is National EMTV News. I'm Malcolm Waira. Thank you for joining us. While the globe is moving towards phasing out of combustion engines and moving on to electric-powered modes of transport, PNG as an importer of vehicles must be prepared for the transition. Therefore, the Center for Climate Change and Development has taken the first step of work in consultations with key stakeholders to discuss the way forward for the inclusion of electric vehicles in the country.
The Center for Climate Change and Development, or CCDA, invited various stakeholders from the transport, private, finance and research sectors to discuss the opportunities, challenges and the way forward for electric mobility in the country. CCDA Acting Managing Director Deborah Sungi says big vehicle exporting countries like Japan are planning on phasing out the development of combustion engines, thus presents the challenge for PNG to adapt to that change.
We are importing all vehicles from Japan, and Japan is going decarbonization at least 50% by 2030, 6 more years. What is the government what is the government doing? So when they stop manufacturing those vehicles, and where are we going to be importing the vehicles when we don't have the framework, when we don't have the environment for us to enable us to get those electric vehicles for our people to benefit from.
But before the country goes into importing electric vehicles or EVs, Sungi says a policy must be in place to guide the importation and use of EVs.
So we are looking at producing an electric vehicle policy. So that's the policy that we are looking at in terms of producing. So like I mentioned, it's an electric vehicle policy, but in its component, how do we manage electric vehicles within the country? How do we, as the government, provide that enabling framework?
She says although PNG's CO2 emissions globally is very small, as per the Paris Agreement on Climate Change, PNG has a responsibility to implement sustainable development options for the country, including the transport sector.
We have to provide back to UNFCCC our NDCs, or nationally determined contributions. So in terms of our contribution for Papua New Guinea, 2 sectors which we contributed to, the agriculture, forestry and other land use, and also the energy sector. And energy sector, transport sector is one of our policy measures that we have contributed in terms of our action or commitment in mitigation.
Following the